Happy Monday, everybody. Donnie Baker here with you, LPR Sound Foundation. So, you want to be an intern? You want to get a gig as an intern in a recording studio? Man, let me tell you, I got you. Let me share with you some tips and some tricks to help you get the gig you're looking for in pretty much any studio. If you're ready to learn how to be an intern in a studio, let's go. So you want to be an intern at a recording studio? I got some tips that can help you get into pretty much any recording studio as an intern. Look, this is really cool. You're taking the first steps to get in to be able to learn from others that actually do this for a living. I mean, come on, what a concept. Learn while you're doing it, and then learning from somebody who already knows and somebody who already does this for their living. Wow, that kind of experience is priceless if you do it right. But getting into any studio as an intern usually takes some special treatment. Sometimes you gotta know somebody, you gotta have a special connection. Maybe you have a cousin who already works there, or your dad knows a guy who knows a guy. You get it? Yeah, that's what it is. I do have some ways that can help you get in as an intern. Getting in as an intern can be easy if you have some inside information. Look, these are some tips from an actual studio owner that not only gets tons of resumes and potential engineers reaching out to see if he has any engineer or intern positions open, but that same guy was at one time an intern in a pretty big recording studio in Los Angeles. So he can help you navigate the oversaturated pool of potential interns to help you get the gig. Look, that guy is me. My name is Donnie Baker, otherwise known as DB, and I'm from ES Audio Recording Studios in Los Angeles, California. I started my recording career at a recording studio as an intern. So here's tip number one, do a little research. Maybe you've been to that studio before as a client, and you did your research and you found the name of the owner or the manager. Direct your emails to that person. Look, don't just send a bunch of resumes to a bunch of random studios. Maybe find one that's close to your area, so you don't have to drive a lot to get to where you need to go when you need to get there. Do a little research into what kind of gear they might have that you're familiar with, or you might know, and list some of their clients that they've worked with. That shows the owner that you are at least interested in what they have going on at their spot. Regardless, if you send the same blanket email to multiple studios, make sure that you use blind carbon copy on the list. Personally, I don't want to see that you're sending just a bunch of random emails to all the studios in town trying to get the gig. Tip number two, dude, double check your spelling and your grammar. Make sure that you double check your grammar and your spelling. I know this might sound like a minor detail, but I can tell you as a studio owner, if I get a resume from a supposed college graduate asking me for one of the few coveted intern positions that we might have available, the least you could do is try to spell things correctly and use proper grammar. Maybe not use your friend texting technique, like I'll be the best intern forever with the number 4 in EVR. Or you are the best studio that I found. I'd be wanting a job, etc. Don't do that. That might be cool for texting and hanging out with your friends, but not for getting your foot in the door of a prestigious recording studio. Some of you might remember the Record Plant in Hollywood. Unfortunately, they're gone now. In the 80s and early 90s, everybody wanted to be an intern there. There was a long wait list to get in there. The interns there were world famous. They all wore like nice button-up shirts with their name embroidered on them. The manager, Rose Mancherny, dude, she ran that place like a perfect machine. The interns from there really knew their jobs, and most probably went on to do great things in the music industry. Tip number 3, make sure you send a cover letter with your resume. Look, to try to stand out as an applicant, there may be multiple emails filling up the studio manager's inbox, especially around graduation time of the year. You know, April, May, June, some cases January and February. Traditional resume types are preferred. Please keep it simple. Don't just send a bunch of useless information. I mean, it's impressive that you won your 6th grade spelling bee, but I don't need to know that. And it might not be relevant to what we're looking for in a potential intern. That might be a better story to bring up while you're sitting around bullshitting about the useless stuff after you become an intern at the studio. Look, don't get mad at me for saying things like this. I'm just trying to help. And I definitely have no filter, and it kicks in. I'm certain you guys can understand that I just can't help it. Tip number 4. Dude, remember what Grandma said, The squeaky wheel always gets the grease. That's right, be squeaky. What do I mean by this? Do a follow-up call. Maybe the day after you send your resume with your cover or introduction letter, call the studio and ask for the studio manager or owner by name. Seriously. One of the things that bothers me, I'll get a resume from a potential applicant and I don't hear from you again. Like, okay, maybe they're not interested, or maybe they got another gig at another spot, whatever. If I don't hear from you again, I'm probably not even gonna remember that you sent in a resume. I'm not gonna just randomly call somebody who just included me on a list of all the studios in Los Angeles they got from doing a Google search. Tip number 5. So, you got the in-person interview. Be professional. Yes, don't show up dressed like you're on your way to the beach. Or the other extreme, don't look like you're going to the prom right after the interview. Be you, be comfortable, but also be aware of who asked you to come in for the interview. Another tip about this subject, don't show up smelling like you just put out the blunt on the way in the door. There's a time and a place for such things. I mean, honestly, this is the music business we're talking about here. And again, the other extreme, maybe not show up like you're hitting the club right after. I know the ladies love the cologne, but the studio owner might not love it and never call you back. Try to be neutral in the smell department. Yet it's not too extreme either way. Again, listen, don't be offended. I'm only trying to help. I tell you this because all these events have happened and are true. Those applicants probably did not get an internship. Tip number 6. Okay, so you got the gig as an intern in a studio. Be on time. We have a saying in this business that translates to interns, apprentices, engineers, and assistants, and pretty much anywhere you get a job. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. Let's read that again in case you missed it. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. Tip number 7, make yourself valuable and irreplaceable. Be the intern that's not afraid to do whatever. Get involved, but don't bug the manager or the engineers too much. But do get involved when and where you can. We had this intern once that the first thing he would do when he walked in the studio was to check to see if the trash needed to be taken out. Next, without even being asked, he would go grab the vacuum and vacuum all the main hallways. He took responsibility for these kinds of tasks without being asked every time and took care of them. That same intern now has a key to my studio and he's one of the main engineers that work here. I call him whenever we need help with sessions. Plus, he has his own client base that he brings to the studio to work with, and he makes pretty good money doing it. The point is, you make yourself valuable and the studio will not want you to leave. Tip number 8, don't be that other kind of intern. There's an alternative to the previous guy. The intern lets us know that we made a mistake by having them work with us here at the studio. They come in and only want to work on their stuff without putting in an exchange, or they bother the actual session when we do let them sit in with a client. That's cool and all, but you won't last long. We will probably ask you to not come back, or we'll just quietly take you off the schedule. Then you might call and say, hey, are you too busy for me to come in and intern at the studio? Yes. Yes, we are. Look, don't be that intern. Be like the first guy. Okay, so what's next? So, hopefully you got some great ideas from this presentation and will get your foot in the door of a recording studio. As long as you work it right, you will be successful. You will only improve and learn as you grow and gain that all-important experience of working in a recording studio. Soak it up and keep it with you. The next thing you know, you're being called to the Grammy stage to receive a statue for some awesome record that you worked on. Trust me, this has actually happened. Good luck, and remember, nobody's going to simply hand you this stuff. You gotta go get it. If you want more information, you can always reach out. LearnProRecording.com is the website. Email me, info@learnprorecording.com or support@learnprorecording.com. If you'd like to check out the studio that we own here in Los Angeles that does accept intern applications, it's esaudio.com. So hey, hopefully you got some cool ideas out of that. Now, what I've got for you as well, I want you to download. This is from a masterclass. These are the slides from a masterclass. Just go grab that, man. LearnProRecording.com/intern. It's going to help you it's going to show you the steps that we just talked about, and it's going to help you. It's definitely going to help you get in as an intern into pretty much any studio. If you follow these tips, I mean, look, these are coming from me, And not only do I own a studio that in Los Angeles that we take interns, we bring interns in. This is how they get in. And this is also how I became an intern. I just persisted and got in there. And I'm serious when I say, once you get in and you stay in and you work it and you just become invaluable, I'm not going to want to let you go. I don't want to see you go nowhere else. I want you staying here working for me because you are the perfect person to work here. And this is what happens. And this is even how I got this entire gig. One day I'll share with you the story about how we came to own a studio in Los Angeles, California. I mean, look, this country redneck from somewhere else can't say that. This country fella from like the little town nobody ever heard of come to Los Angeles, and now I own a recording studio and we make records. We've got gold, platinum, Grammys. We got nominations. Dude, I would have never thought this, but it all started from becoming an intern in a recording studio. And I'm giving you that opportunity. Go grab it wherever you are. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter where you are. Go grab it. And look, this whole month of December, we're talking about stuff that's going to help you grow and get ready for the push into 2025, because 2025 is coming and it's going to be amazing. And I want everybody to be ready and pumped and just excited about rolling into the new year and becoming your own business, doing what you love to do, regardless of whether you're music or production or live music or you just like sweeping the floors at the studio. Whatever it is, you're going to be the best at whatever it is you do, and you're going to get that gig. So we may be moving the live thing again. Mondays seem like, I don't know. It seems like nobody was really interested. They don't really care about Mondays. I mean, generally what we do, we're working through the weekend, and Mondays is like our day off. Monday is actually my day off here. So the studio's pretty much closed on Mondays, except for clients. I don't do any coaching. I don't have any students. We don't have interns on Mondays. Mondays is typically a day off because, generally we work the weekend and it's a time to regenerate and clean the computers, clean the studio, stuff like that. So maybe we'll move the lives to Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Why don't you guys let me know in the comments what day would be great for you to come on, just be live for, half hour, 45 minutes or whatever, and ask anything about our business, about what we do, about how we make our money. That's what the lives are for. So let me know in the comments. And, going forward, man, this is, we got Christmas coming up, man, and Christmas is a tough time in our business. Everybody trying to squeeze in a little bit extra work before the end of the year. So we're busy, and it's kind of crazy, but I'm still here for you every Monday for sure. Every Monday with the YouTube channel. So we're gonna be okay with that. Coming up, next week we're gonna talk about how can you make a living as an audio engineer in 2025. We're gonna talk about that. Some things that you can do to get to make more income. To kind of surpass your day job money and basically quit your day job. That's my goal for everyone in 2025 is to quit your day job, do what you love to do for your money. This is what we do. And then how to start a business in 2025. Do you need to be a DBA, an LLC, a sole proprietor, S Corp? We're going to talk about businessy stuff, okay? Then we're going to talk about tools that we use to keep and stay organized. So going into 2025, you guys we're all going to be organized. We do have a masterclass coming up where I'm talking about the calendar and booking system. I'm going to share that with you. I'll share that with everyone. So going forth, let's have a great month. It's December, the last month of the year. Let's kick it. Let's get it going. Let's all be ready for 2025 because it's coming and we got to be ready for it. So again, my name is Donnie B, and I will see you guys next time.